Imagine working the same modest job for decades. No six-figure salary, no fancy business, no winning lottery ticket, no viral side hustle, just an ordinary job and an ordinary paycheck. Now, imagine retiring with over $1 million. Sounds impossible? It isn't. In fact, stories like this happen more often than most people realize. Today, we're going to explore how a simple school janitor built extraordinary wealth and what his story can teach all of us about money. Let's begin. Meet Ronald. For most of his life, Ronald worked as a school janitor. Every morning, he arrived before the students. Every afternoon, he cleaned classrooms, hallways, and offices. His work was important, but it certainly wasn't glamorous. He wasn't earning a huge salary. He wasn't appearing on television. He wasn't posting luxury lifestyle photos on social media. In fact, most people would have assumed he was just getting by. But Ronald had a secret. While many people were focused on looking wealthy, Ronald was focused on becoming wealthy. And those are two very different goals. You see, Ronald understood something that many people never learn. Wealth is not about what people see, it's about what you own. Every month, Ronald followed a simple habit. Before spending money on wants, he paid himself first. A portion of every paycheck went directly into investments. Not occasionally, not when he felt motivated, every single month, rain or shine, good economy or bad economy. He invested consistently. At first, the amounts were small. Sometimes it felt like nothing was happening. But Ronald wasn't chasing quick results. He was playing a different game, a long-term game. Meanwhile, many of his coworkers made a common mistake. Whenever they received raises, they increased their spending. A newer car, a bigger television, more expensive vacations. And while there's nothing wrong with enjoying life, these purchases often came at the expense of future wealth. Ronald took a different path. When his income increased, his investments increased too. He lived below his means, not because he was cheap, but because he understood the power of delayed gratification. Delayed gratification is the ability to give up a small reward today in exchange for a much larger reward tomorrow. And financially, successful people practice this skill constantly. Now, let's talk about the magic behind Ronald's success. Compound growth. Every dollar Ronald invested began working for him. Those investments generated returns. Then those returns generated their own returns. Year after year, decade after decade, his money was growing even while he slept. This is something most people underestimate. They think wealth comes from earning more, but often, wealth comes from giving your money enough time to grow. Imagine planting a tree. The first few years don't look impressive. Growth is slow. Sometimes it feels invisible, but eventually the tree becomes strong, large, and impossible to ignore. Investing works the same way. The biggest gains often come much later, and that's why patience is such a powerful financial advantage. Another lesson from Ronald's story is that financial success doesn't require perfection. He didn't always invest the perfect amount. He didn't always buy at the perfect time. He didn't predict the market. He simply stayed consistent, and consistency beats perfection almost every time. Think about that. Many people spend years searching for the perfect investment strategy, the perfect stock, the perfect market condition. Meanwhile, they never actually start. Ronald didn't wait for perfect conditions. He took action, and then he kept going, month after month, year after year. The truth is that wealth building is often boring. It's not exciting, it's not flashy, it's not dramatic, but it works. Unfortunately, boring doesn't get much attention. Social media loves stories about overnight success, but real wealth is usually built slowly, quietly, and consistently. Now let's imagine two different futures. The first person spends every dollar they earn. They upgrade their lifestyle with every raise. They postpone investing. They assume they'll start later. The second person invests regularly, lives slightly below their means, avoids unnecessary debt, and stays patient. After 20 or 30 years, the difference between these two lives can be enormous. Not because one person was smarter, because one person allowed time and consistency to work in their favor. That's exactly what Ronald did. And eventually, something remarkable happened. The ordinary school janitor became a millionaire, not through luck, not through inheritance, not through a secret formula, through discipline, patience, and consistency. His story reminds us of an important truth. You don't need to earn a fortune to build wealth. You need good habits, you need time, and you need the willingness to start. No matter where you are financially today, the principles remain the same. Spend less than you earn. Invest consistently, stay patient, and think long term. Because financial freedom is rarely built in a day, but it can absolutely be built over a lifetime. If you found this story inspiring, subscribe to Dollar Lift for practical money lessons, investing insights, and wealth building strategies designed to help you create a stronger financial future. Thanks for watching. And remember, you don't need an extraordinary income to build extraordinary wealth. You need extraordinary consistency.